V12s are not that complicated. Just wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell is going on here? Oh no. Oh, that was actually quite good. Start to love this car, to be honest. Hello and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm sitting very comfortably in the 750il, which potentially could be yours. Basically, if you've seen our previous video, you know what I'm talking about. We are fully getting up to date this 750il to fund the B12 engine. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at the previous episode and then you'll understand full story. Before we start, I want to thank you guys who left a comment on previous video. Was many of you guys up for it, and I really appreciate. I don't know how many episodes we're gonna do on this specific car, but as I said, I wanted to make it super clean, so the actual owner, if you're lucky enough, gonna get this for potentially 10 to 20 pounds. Well, either way, as I said, the main thing is for the cursed ALPINA B12 engine. I need to raise up nearly 30,000 pounds. Yes, sounds ridiculous, I know, but needs must, and this is the only option I thought, and probably might work. Whichever way it goes, hope you're gonna enjoy it, we're gonna enjoy it. It will be hell of an experience, so stay tuned, sit down comfortably, and let's start. Right, what we got here is M73 B54 TU facelift version, pre-facelift versus facelift. Quite a lot difference. Basically, this one even has two batteries. All facelift 750s got two batteries because it's got glow plugs in the catalytic converters. Emissions related stuff. You also got more emissions related stuff on the actual engine. There's different injectors and all sort of stuff, you know. Basically more complex than a pre-facelift version, but overall pretty much the same. He also has a water-cooled alternator. Pre-facelift got air-cooled. But yeah, what we're gonna actually do to this engine, basically all the engine bay, I want to make it mint. Replace all the rusty bolts, whichever. Want to take the intake manifold off, valve covers, including a valve cover gasket replacement, and maybe potentially we'll see what else it needs when I remove the intakes. Obviously oil and filter and stuff, fuel filter, and basically when you get the car, it's 100% ready, so you don't need to worry about nothing. That's it, let's start. Just wow, we don't have any major oil leaks. I mean, I'm really surprised. I knew it's that clean, but ideally this is all just the dirt. If the car wouldn't be sitting for long, all these tiny rust spots wouldn't be here, first of all. And I think with the dry ice blasting, everything would just look absolutely mint underneath. Just wow, really impressed. All right, we're gonna disconnect the starter motor wiring plug, and then we can move the wiring out of the way. Just so awkward to get my hands in. Right, the wiring is out of the way. Now we're gonna take the fuel rail off. And yeah, then we have nice access to both intake manifolds. And then afterwards, when the intake manifolds are off, we got access to valve covers. Otherwise, well, without taking all this lot, no access to the valve covers. Right, now is the most gentle part, is to take the whole fuel rail with injectors without actually damaging them. Because I've damaged them in the past. They are, I'm guessing because you got loads of heat and the injector bits are plastic. Basically, what you have is like a purge valve going into the fuel rail. I think it was something to do with the emissions or something, I can't exactly remember. But anyway, then you have these pipes going to the plastic bit of the injector, which is very common to snap off if you're not being gentle. So I really hope these are gonna come out easy, because I did broke them in the past. So you just need to be very, very gentle. All right, let's start. Just slightly, oh, that was actually quite good. The front one's still stuck in. Okay, we got one side out quite easy. That's a good sign. Let's check this side. Oh, I did expect worse, but here we go. It's actually quite, sometimes they really seize in, but not in this case, thank God. Oh, here you go. And the whole system comes off. Right, we're gonna disconnect the fuel pipes. These just are push-up type. Come on, one's off. Fuel smells good. And off. So that's it, whole system comes off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, these sort of heat thingies we're gonna take off. So now we got access to the 24 nuts in total for the intake manifold, and you got 2 more this side and both coming off. What the hell is going on here? Looks like someone's been here, didn't put the pipe in correctly. Yeah, look how this pipe goes across. Shouldn't be like that. It's all obviously touching each other and might rub through. So all this needs to be disassembled and done it proper way. Oh, come on. All right, 24 nuts are off. Now we're gonna take the intake manifold off. Right, the intakes are off. Now to take the valve covers off. Obviously we got plenty of room now, much easier to work. So yeah, V12s are not that complicated if you know what you're doing. Not that bad, but seen worse. The gasket seems to be alright. I mean, we'll get it replaced anyway, but you can see car has been sitting for a while. We've got a lot of condensation and dirt, but obviously we're gonna give that a clean. These covers gonna get blasted and powder coated. Same with the intakes. So yeah, let's remove the other one as well. Now let's take the wall filter out and the sump, and then afterwards we can give it a clean. And obviously if any, let's say, brake cleaner or whatever drips down, it's gonna go straight out because obviously sump will be off. I'm very curious how gonna look the wall filter after six plus years, because I'm sure that's the last time wall been changed. Well, don't know exactly, but that's my guess. Oh no, it's full, still not leaked. Right, yeah, it definitely looks old, but seen worse in past. So the oil in the wall filter now gonna drips in the sump, and yeah, let's take the sump off. Fast as fuck, boy. Oh dear. I think all you need in life is a E38, and that's it. Which drives nice, all sorted. You take it for a Sunday drive, you love it, you wash it, you polish it. It doesn't really come off easy. I think there is a load of sludge inside. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Actually not that bad. We're gonna give a good clean on the sump. Actually, I've decided to powder coat the sump as well. So while I have a chance, because obviously intake, valve cover gaskets, sump, I might give something else as well, just to give everything in one go and make sure, well, just basically save some time and do everything in one go instead of backs and forwards. And yeah, meanwhile we're gonna focus on cleaning the stuff. What else? To be honest, everything seems to be in very decent condition. I'm starting to love this car, to be honest. So one of you guys is gonna get, I'm telling you, a very clean 750. Right guys, after a couple of weeks we got our valve cover and we got our manifold. Sandblasted, wrinkle finished, powder coated. Same with this, sandblasted and wrinkle finished. Plus we made a nice touch on the lines and the BMW sign itself. So what we're gonna do now, install the valve covers, clean everything up, install the manifolds, install all the wiring back in, and replace a couple of rusty bolts, which, as I said, we need this engine bay looking mint. Right, the covers are on and we are ready for our next step. That means the intake manifold's on, but before we actually install them, no matter if the seals are new or old, doesn't matter, I rather always put a tiny bit of a silicone around the edges, so make sure there is no vacuum leaks. Otherwise, pretty much 99.9% you'll have a vacuum leak, so this is a good thing to have. Next thing is the fuel rail back on. Grease the top of the injectors so they slide in nicely. Make sure you don't damage anything. Should go in pretty much perfect, hopefully, because they did came out really nice and easy. Right, the two most awkward plugs are done. That's a map thermostat and the temperature sensor. A bit pain in the butt, but it's quite tight down there. But yeah, that's done. Now let's do the rest of the wiring. We're nearly there. Just make sure it's in the factory place. All the factory fittings are there. Nothing's missing. All nice and tidy. That's what you want. Right, top is nearly finished. Now we're going to do a couple bits underneath, installing the sump. As you can see, we powder coated, looks like pretty much like brand new sump. New gasket, genuine one, and we're also going to replace a couple brackets just to tidy underneath up. Oh, just noticed the broken plastic. I think we can replace that because we got a spare one. Alright, these brackets are so common to rust, so we're gonna replace them. They're not that expensive, brand new. I think like up to £15 each. So worth replacing. It's probably once per lifetime. I'm guessing once per 15 years or so. You must admit, small touch like this, I mean, it's nothing major at all, but it just proves the point. Attention to detail does matter. I mean, just straight away looks more fresher. I reckon if whole underside would be done with the ice blasting, dry ice blasting, it would be absolutely gorgeous. But unfortunately, we're not gonna do it. We're just gonna give it a clean as much as we can, because I'm not 100% sure. I think the ice blasting itself for the hole underneath, it's over £1,000, but I mean, maybe you, potential winner, might actually do it. It doesn't really make sense to spend just over £1,000 basically on cleaning it. But so far we're doing a great job. Obviously mechanically, whatever it needs replacing, we're replacing it. These brackets, as I said, I had spare ones, so found nice zinc plated bolts replaced, and job done. So yeah, let's put some oil in it and wash the engine bay. Right guys, as you can see, our engine bay is mint. Well, it's much better as it used to be, because as you know, this has been sat for a very long time. Overall and in general, the whole car is quite, let's put it this way, clean condition. It probably only needs the recommissioning because obviously it's been sat for a while, but in general all the pipes, wiring, everything is in their places, nothing's mucked about, no sort of special people been there before, so that's a good sign. So to be honest, this is one of the examples I do really appreciate, and as you know, it's all for you guys, because this thing gonna fund the ALPINA engine, hopefully, or at least half of it. We'll see how it goes, but so far done few investments. It still needs back wheel arches sorting out. I want to refurb the wheels, put new tires on, and then obviously it's ready for inspection, because it drives absolutely fine. Obviously in the previous episode we've done the interior, and yeah, it's pretty much 100% ready to go. It's probably you'll see one more episode with this, and then I've done with the wheels and all the rest of the stuff, whichever I see, and I'm gonna basically send it to the body shop, and that's about it. And after body shop she'll be ready for a raffle. As I said, it'll be like 10-20 pounds more or less per ticket. I don't know like how many entries. As you know, the thing for the ALPINA engine it'll be like 30,000 ish. Sounds ridiculous, I know, but needs must. But it's literally no rush whatsoever. My body shop guy takes ages to respray it. Well, he's doing some progress, but it starts to piss me off. Yes, I'm talking about you. But no, it's all good, because plus obviously it's loads of stuff going on with this moving stuff. I'm still in a, as you can see, previous place, but we'll get there. We probably will have a new place very soon, but we'll get there. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, give us a thumbs up, leave the comment below. What do you think about job? I really like the wrinkle finish with the obviously exposed edges and BMW sign, because I've done previous V12s black wrinkle, but I didn't do that type, and this looks just amazing, I reckon. As I said, if you enjoyed this episode, leave the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next episode.